Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, I want to talk to you about a potential alternative to filing for a Marchman Act or a guardianship. So this video is sort of based on a call that we got just actually yesterday in the office, and initially it came in as a message through the website where a dad had indicated to us that he had an adult child who had recently left treatment, had a long history of substance use and mental health issues, but he wasn't interested in filing a Marchman Act and wasn't interested in filing for guardianship and wanted to know, is there an alternative? Now, in other videos, I've talked about the possibility of doing an intervention, and under the right circumstances with the right interventionist, an intervention is a very good way to get somebody to go to treatment on a voluntary basis. And so I'm a big fan of it when it's done correctly. I guess the issue is that an intervention is a great tool to get somebody into treatment, but it's not necessarily a great tool to keep somebody in treatment, right? Because ultimately, they're in treatment on a voluntary basis. And obviously, if they can stay long enough and they're in the right facility, then great, fantastic. I don't think you need a lawyer, so you don't need us, right? But the problem in this particular case was that this individual had a long history of behavioral health issues. And this was not the first time that he had left treatment. He had a history of going and leaving, going and leaving, going and leaving. And so my thought was, well, this doesn't sound like the kind of case where an intervention is going to be useful. I mean, even if by some miracle he goes, there's clearly a pattern of him leaving. He's not going to stay. And so ultimately, what needs to happen is that we need some legal intervention. We need a court order that mandates the person to stay, and that if he leaves, that there are consequences for doing so, right? Ultimately, I want to be able to go back in court and say to the judge, look, you ordered him into treatment. He left. Look, Your Honor, you made his parents the legal guardian so they could make decisions for him, including medical decisions, and he's ignoring the wishes of the guardian who's trying to make decisions for him that are in his best interests so he can get well, right? But without the court order, I think that this is going to be a tough road. Now, in this particular instance, I wanted to know what was the real objection? I understand they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to go into court, but what was the real problem? And what I found out was they had tried court intervention, legal intervention in the past, and it hadn't worked. And to be specific, they had worked with a lawyer who, from what I could tell, did not have experience handling a behavioral health case, and the case got incorrectly filed, or there was a problem at the hearing. Long story short is, it was a terrible experience, and they didn't want to go through the time, energy, and money that it involved. And I totally understand. So I felt terrible for them, but ultimately, this needs to be done if they're going to save their loved one. And it needs to be done correctly, and which is why I have said in other videos, if you're going to do this, hire a law firm that actually handles these kinds of cases on a regular basis, not somebody who files the occasional Marchman Act or the occasional guardianship and then files a car accident case or a divorce or a criminal case. When you're dealing with someone's life, you need a specialist and not a jack of all trades who just files these other cases to make money. I mean, we all have a family to feed, but we only have one mission here, and it doesn't involve divorces and car accidents. Need I say more? So I wanted to share that with you. I appreciate you tuning in. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please post a comment. And if you subscribe to the channel, you'll get notifications of some more of these videos. I try to do one a day for you. And I appreciate you tuning in, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.